download the Statue of Liberty. I don't know if I do 100. I think I do 50. I will try 100 on one of these. Something that's like, I don't know, like that, maybe, or that. Nothing like this. That's insane. Okay. Start with the base, obviously. Corners. I've seen it from a distance, but I've never been. No. We drove through New York. Went on the Washington Bridge, I think it's called. And then from a distance, I think we were in New Jersey. We seen Statue of Liberty and the skyline and all that. Driven through 4 times. We drove down to Florida. And when I turned 30, my parents took me, well, they didn't really take me, but I flew down to Orlando to meet them when they were done with their cruise. And we went to the Daytona 500 and drove to San Antonio across all the southern states and spent a few days in San Antonio, went to the Alamo. That was something my dad really wanted to do. And then we drove home, right from about 100 miles away from the Mexican border to eastern Canada. It's a drive I don't want to do again. I'll tell you a little story. It was me, my dad, and my mom. We were driving through Kentucky on the way home. And, you know, like when you're on the interstate, you're traveling, you get behind someone that's doing a decent speed, you just stay behind them, right? Like you're just traveling together. So we were in Kentucky, and I'm driving behind a car on the interstate doing a, you know, decent speed, and he'd pass a car, I'd pass with him, and whatever. So, out of nowhere, the guy in front of me nails his brakes. And it's a good thing there was no one in the lane beside us. I think it was a 3-lane highway. There was no one in the lane beside us. So I nailed the brakes and cut to the left. If there was anyone there, I would have hit them. And then he got right up behind us on our tail. And I said to my dad, I said, this guy is right behind us. Like, he's tailgating. And then he got up beside us and was pointing at us and yelling, and I don't know, I wasn't really looking at him, but then he got right in back behind us again. And my dad said, maybe there's something wrong with the car, maybe we should pull over. I said, no, there's nothing wrong with the car. I'm not pulling over with this nut, you know, yelling and whatever else. So we come up to the next exit, and the guy pulls off, and okay, whatever, that was weird. Anyway, about, I don't know, maybe 5 miles, 10 miles up the interstate, I see a state trooper like parked in between the interstates and the little median. And we go by and don't think anything of it. And I look in the rearview mirror and there's the state troopers behind us. And I didn't think anything of it. We had just passed one of them billboards that says, like passengers click it or ticket. So anyway, looks like it should fit. The guy, the state trooper put his lights on, and I start to pull over, and my dad said, "What are you doing?" I said, "Well, I'm getting pulled over, Dad." So my dad didn't have a seatbelt on. He's old school, I don't know, he just wasn't wearing a seatbelt. And I said, "Oh, they're going to ticket you for not wearing your seatbelt." I said, "We just passed a billboard that said passengers click their ticket." Oh yeah, I seen that. Okay, so he puts the seatbelt on right quick. And then the officer walks up to his side. I said, "Okay, yeah, they're giving you a ticket." So Dad puts down his window, and the officer says, "He got a complaint from another driver that at the time he would have been 70, that 70-year-old Christian man had his hand pointed like a gun and pulled up beside a driver and acted like pointed his fingers at him like a gun, like he was going to shoot him." And that's why, he was pulling us over. And right away I knew it was this idiot. And I said to the officer, I said, "I know exactly who you're talking about. We never even seen the guy until after he nailed his brakes and came up beside us." And the officer says, "I'm just doing my job, just doing what's, reported. Do you have your driver's license?" So my dad gave him his license, and I gave him my license. And he goes to his car, and then 2 more police cars come up behind him and park. And we're like, "Oh my God, we're 3 Canadians here, pulled over in Kentucky for, I don't know what, I guess, pointing fingers at someone when we didn't even do it." And the officer comes back up and asks if there's any firearms in the vehicle. I said no. I had just bought a lighter down in San Antonio in the shape of like a revolver. And but it's not a real firearm. So we said, "No, of course not. We're Canadians, we don't have any firearms." So he then got our side of the story, and I said, "Look," I said, "I don't know if the guy thought we were following him, or if he was getting sketched out, or what, but we never even seen the guy until after he brake checked us, and then got up beside us and was yelling at us." Anyway, he took down our information or whatever, what we said, what happened, and goes back to his car and comes back, and he says, "Okay, we were talking to the guy, he's not going to press charges." I said, "Press charges for what? We didn't do anything." "Oh, well, he could press charges for what was it, uttering threats or threatening or something." I said, "Oh my God, we never, like I said, we never even seen the guy until he came up beside us and was yelling at us." Anyway, cops let us go. The 2 other cop cars that were there left, and now we have a story about a nut in Kentucky I said, my 7-year-old Christian father was pointing his fingers at him like a gun. I don't know what we would have did. If he would have like pressed charges or whatever they said he could do. Anyway. That's story time for the day. This a good look. Let's see. There's this spot here. This one. This one. And this is the base. Out of the corner. Maybe this one. Don't think that will fit yet. Oh, yes, it will. No. Must go. Yeah, there was one drive that I will not do again. It was cool and everything. We drove through Nashville and all of Texas and Louisiana, Tennessee, Alabama, Mississippi, I think Arkansas, and then into the northern states. But got to see a lot of country for sure. Want us to be up here somewhere. Oh, that's way up. Still have these yet. That's cool. Little dude, security guard. That brown piece right there. Corner there. Okay, now this top piece. And now we get to Lady Liberty herself. There's feet. because, yeah. Excuse me. I think that's the bottom of her. This should be. I need the. Right there. There we go. Excuse me. There's the other piece ahead. There. That's arms raised. Yeah. Getting there. There we go. Another one done. Take a walk around. That's super cool, the lighting and everything. That little dude there with his dog. Yeah, that's cool. The lighting is really good. Anyway, that's another one. Thank you for watching.